We welcome you into WMUC Sports tonight for the kickoff of the Maryland wrestling season. It's the annual red versus black matchup as the Terps kick off 2025 tonight here in the newly renamed Stephen Shonwald Pavilion. I'm Adam Lipman welcoming you in. We've got 12 bouts ahead of us tonight as we get looks at new Maryland Terrapins this season. 8 in total. We'll see 5 of them tonight. And then some returning faces will get their action on the mat as both teams are announcing their starters. Terrapins split into 2 every year to kick off the season, red versus black. Last year, red won, but it's all intra-squad, all just trying to get ready for the season, which starts 2 Sundays from now on the road. So the Terrapins are here now. They won't be back until mid-December against the University of Pittsburgh. So it's an exciting moment for all of these fans who have packed these stands on a Thursday night in College Park to come out and support their Terrapins. So both teams are ready on their respective sides, and we're getting ready for the first bout of the day. It's Abram Klein versus Tyler Garvin in the only 125-pound matchup of the day. The winner of this match this bout will actually go face off in the 11th bout of this 12-bout day against President Sanchez. So Klein representing Team Red. He's in his red uniform, and Tyler Garvin in black is getting ready to go. So black are being treated like the road team here. Both wrestlers are getting set. So tonight's matchups will go out of order weight-wise as Klein and Garvin kick off. Already locked up in neutral. These two of 3 125-pound wrestlers on the roster this year. Smaller guys still in neutral, not trying to sell out early. Klein looking to build off of a 13-13 year last season. And Garvin struggled in Big Ten competition, 0-7 in Big Ten duels, so tonight could be a big moment for figuring out who will be the Big Ten starter when January comes around. Klein and Garvin still locked up here in neutral. Haven't found a good look. Garvin almost went for the knees, but quick block prevents that. Still nothing to it, 1 minute in here. Both locked up as more fans continue to fill the stands. It's a great night for attendance. And there will be a holding warning there. Both wrestlers still locked up here. Garvin has shown a little more aggression than Klein, who's been playing more defensive. Garvin looking like he wants to try and get a quick takedown, knowing that this could be a low-scoring bout. The wrestlers still locked up. No one's gotten wrist control yet so far, which is interesting considering that was something that Garvin struggled with last year. Still locked up, less than a minute to go here. And now we'll be on the ground. A quick escape. 40 seconds now. Garvin not wanting to sell out early here to kick off today's slate. Still locked up. Garvin trying to be aggressive. What will he do with 20 seconds remaining on the clock here? Could be playing for a job this January. Garvin still showing aggression, clock winding down, 5 seconds to go. Still counting down, and that'll end it scoreless. And they'll flip, and we'll see that Garvin will elect to go in bottom position, and Klein will get ready in top. Garvin trying to find an escape here quickly. Get the first points of the board for him and on the day. Fighting for this escape, but Klein doing a great job to lock up that left shoulder that Garvin's trying to push off of. Still locked up. He's now gotten his right foot up. Halfway there, trying to find this escape. He gets rid of the wrist. Now they're back up. Fighting to stay in the circle. Now one leg, and he's swept back right onto the ground. Klein will take him out. And we'll reset here. So Klein doing a good job there to prevent the escape by Garvin, who had almost reached it, but just before he could free his last limb, he was swept back to the ground. So now Garvin will elect for a more conservative approach, going into a sitting position. Trying to break out here. He looked for a quick move, but Klein has been relentless so far. Still has that one leg locked up. Fighting to get control of the right again. Now Garvin unable to push off of anything here. He'll try and slip out. He almost will. Trying to break this last lock by Klein. 50 seconds to go, and he will get the escape. So that's the first point of the day. Tyler Garvin getting the escape from Abram Klein. And now they're both back in neutral, back at a standstill. We'll have to see if that changes Garvin's approach. He had been more aggressive so far today, but now with a lead, he could try and elect to be conservative and just try and prevent any takedowns by Klein. 15 seconds to go here. Clock still winding down, and neither have been able to make much of an impact since returning to neutral. And that'll end this second period. So Tyler Garvin takes a 1-point lead after securing the escape his second time around. And now it'll be on Abram Klein to try and rally here. He'll start in bottom. Perhaps he'll try and copy the strategy, find the escape, and then see what he can do in neutral. So he'll quickly almost roll Garvin over. Now on his elbows. Trying to find a foot to plant here. Garvin locking up that left arm. Klein's only got his right arm to work with. He'll get back to a sitting position. Now trying to work off that left ankle. Fully extended out. Garvin trying to protect his 1-point lead and win this first bout. Klein still locked up. Now he's got both legs free. We'll have to see how Garvin adjusts here. Klein's trying to push out, and he'll do a reversal and get the escape. So we saw just a direct copy. Both of these wrestlers have gotten the escapes when they've started in bottom position, but they have been unable to make an impact otherwise. Less than a minute now. We'll have to see who will get more aggressive here. Neither wrestler has really gone for the legs. They're afraid of a reversal. We'll have to see if Garvin tries to get antsy here. He's a slightly bigger guy. Could try and go for the legs and evade quickly. 30 seconds now in this third period. Still tied up at 1. Garvin struggling to secure wrist control. Klein trying to be defensive, wait for a mistake. Klein and Garvin head to head now. And Garvin almost swept the right leg of Klein. But 5 seconds to go here. It looks like this will end in a tie. That'll do it, and we'll go to an overtime now. So tied up 1-1. We'll have to see who will bite first. Fans still coming in, this crowd. The 125-pound match to kicking off the day, and the winner gets to face President Sanchez in the 11th match, or 11th bout of 12. Klein trying to work his way in here, looking for a leg. Garvin so focused on head control. We'll have to see who tries to sweep a leg first. Klein was inching towards it, but he'll have to evade. Garvin thinking the same thing. Minute 20 to go here in this first overtime. Sure, it must be nice for everyone else to get a few extra minutes as these two duke it out. Still locked up. Neither have been able to establish control of either a wrist or a shoulder. They'll both break free and start over again as we hit 1 minute remaining in this first overtime. And Klein will go early. He's got the left leg of Garvin. Trying to secure it. Garvin looking to escape. And Klein will pick him up and almost walk him like a dog. And he will get the points there. So that'll do it. A takedown by Abram Klein. And red team is already leading early. So now we'll quickly move into our second bout of the day. It'll be AJ Rodriguez taking on John Martin Best. Rodriguez representing the red team, John Martin Best, black team. This is the first of the 165-pound bouts today. First of two. The second will be Seth Digby versus Alex Reniak. So after an eventful overtime that led to Abram Klein's big win over Tyler Garvin, we've got another standstill. Both of these wrestlers not willing to try and sell out early and get a quick lead. Martin Best wearing a brace on his left knee, the other bandaged up. Martin Best tries to get head control. Rodriguez responds by going for the leg, and now Martin Best is trying to will him down. He'll bring him to his knees. Both wrestlers now on their knees, trying to get out of neutral. Less than 2 minutes to go in this first period. Working their way over. Martin Best trying to overpower Rodriguez quickly, working his speed. He'll bring him to the ground. Circling him now. And they'll try and stay in the circle themselves. Rodriguez tried to go for the leg to break out. He will. Almost out of play. Minute 25 to go. And Martin Best gets right back to it. He'll bring Rodriguez back to the ground. But he has not gotten him past his knees. And they'll go out of play. So we'll reset here in neutral with 1:11 to go in this first period. Martin Best, the 2023 Big Ten Championship representative for the Terps. Trying to rebound after almost a lost season last year. He did not get to compete in any Big Ten duels. Still locked up in neutral with Rodriguez. Trying to find a lane. Looking to push the left shoulder. Martin Best will bring him down. Can he get the takedown? No. Both locked up on the ground now. Martin Best has control of Rodriguez's right leg. Trying to work him back down, get him past the knees. Full control. Martin Best trying to get the takedown, and he will be awarded the first takedown of the day for either team. And he'll take a 3-point lead into the second period. So Rodriguez will start in bottom position, try and get the escape as he looks to work out of a 3-point deficit. Martin Best being unrelenting. Full control of that right shoulder of Rodriguez. And time will end here. So now we'll start the second period. Martin Best will start in bottom position. Try and add on. He already leads 3-0 after the first takedown of the day. Quickly finds his way to his feet, and he will get the escape. So now 4-0. Biggest leads we've seen so far today through a bout and a half. Both wrestlers back in neutral position. Looking for a lane. Martin Best has been relentless so far today. But Rodriguez is not someone to sleep on this season. Flow Wrestling called him one of 16 157-pound red shirts to watch this year, after last season was his red shirt. Still locked up in neutral. Martin Best has been focusing on Rodriguez's right shoulder. He'll bring him to the ground, but he'll quickly get the escape. Trying to stay in the circle. Martin Best has both shoulders locked up. It's all on the right ankle for Rodriguez. Rodriguez back on his feet now. Still locked up in neutral, and they'll go out and have to reset. 45 seconds to go in the second period. And Rodriguez will rally here. He's got control of both legs. Martin Best will find his way back to his feet, and he'll be brought right back down. So 3 points there in the takedown for Rodriguez. And Martin Best gets the escape. So now 6-3 in favor of the black team, in favor of Martin Best. Trying to find their way back into the circle. We've seen that multiple times today where Martin Best has been pushing Rodriguez out, really in control on the mat right now. And the second period will end, so 6-3, but Rodriguez did show a bit of fight there, getting his first takedown. And now we'll see what he can do in this final third period. Rodriguez will start in bottom position. John Martin Best on top. And a quick escape here could be pivotal. That would mean that if Rodriguez can limit Martin Best to no more points, he would only need one takedown. So he'll get the escape. Martin Best electing not to risk a reversal. So back in neutral now. The pressure is all on Rodriguez. Still in neutral, neither trying to sell out, knowing how slim this 2-point lead is. Still locked up here, and something interesting to know on the sideline, it looks like Athletic Director Jim Smith and Coach Clemson are talking to a few recruits right now in the stands, over in a less populated spot. But a big night for Maryland, not just for themselves to showcase what they can do this season, but really gets the fans going, and also is a pivotal recruiting opportunity, knowing that this team won't be home again until mid-December. So as both wrestlers are still locked up in neutral, we see hands shaking. Maryland trying to build on last season's 9-10 record. Finish over 500 for the first time in 3 years. 35 seconds to go. Both wrestlers still locked in neutral. Martin Best still up 6-4. And now Rodriguez will have to get aggressive here. On the ground, but Martin Best in control. They'll return to neutral, but Martin Best still has head control. It's all on Rodriguez with 15 seconds to go. Can he find a takedown? Clock winding down. The fans know it. 10 seconds. Rodriguez will have to sell out here. Still locked up. He can't establish head control. That's been a story of this bout. Almost fall out of the circle, and John Martin Best will take this bout for the black team, beating AJ Rodriguez 6-4. And the black team get their first win of the day as we get ready for our third bout here. So it'll be Seth Digby versus Alex Uranak. Digby making his Terrapin debut. One of 5 tonight to be doing so. So it's an exciting moment for him. As we get started right away, this is the second of the 165-pound bouts. The winner will face John Martin Best in the 12th and final bout of the day later on. So Digby enjoyed a successful season last year, 28-5 record for Lake Forest High School. A key recruit for Maryland who are looking for who will take that 165-pound spot come dual season. There are multiple contenders. That's why we're likely seeing more of them tonight. Best, Rodriguez, Digby, and Erniak all fighting for that one spot. Both wrestlers still in neutral with only 2 minutes to go in this first period. Almost sweeps the leg there, but Erniak will escape. Digby has been a bit aggressive early, but not committing to it. Both wrestlers still locked up in neutral. Neither have established much head control so far today. And Digby will try and go quickly, but Erniak will respond and they'll both break out. Remain in neutral. Digby fighting to get one wrist. They've been unsuccessful so far. Erniak there showing some aggression. He'll try and sweep. Neither wrestler's built much momentum so far. Less than a minute to go here in this first period. Third bout of the day, and there'll be a stalling warning. But Erniak has the right leg of Digby locked up. He's bringing it right down to the ground. Digby trying to push off his left side. Erniak looking to get an early lead. That's what helped John Martin Best win his second bout. Bring him down to the ground, and he will get the takedown. So black lead for the second time in the last 2 bouts. And now it'll be on Digby to try and find an escape and salvage this first period. They'll both roll out of play. And we'll reset in the middle. So Digby will start in bottom position. Could be a big opportunity to get an escape and at least take 1 point to the second period. But Erniak won't have any of it. Has both legs locked up. Has the left arm locked up as well. Digby struggling to establish a presence, and he won't. So we'll go into the second. Alex Erniak up 3-0 after his earlier takedown. And Erniak will start in bottom position. Digby on top. And off we go for the second period. Erniak working quickly, trying to find the escape, and he will. Worked to free one leg and then found a way to get one wrist out, and that was all he needed. Now up 4-0. Both wrestlers back in neutral. Digby was aggressive early and it did not pay off. It led to that earlier takedown. And the freshman is looking for his first points as a Terrapin. Still locked up in neutral. Neither have found head control. That's really been the story of this match. They've both been searching for it because they know that then they can fight for one leg, but that first step has just been eluding them. Digby goes in for the legs. He won't get punished there, but it did not lead to a successful attack. Erniak thought about it. He did not end up going for the legs, trying to find the takedown. 45 seconds to go in this second period. Digby yet to make an impact so far. Still being shut out by Erniak. Both wrestlers still in neutral. 20 seconds to go here in the second period. Alex Erniak still up by 4 after takedown and escape. Digby yet to find a good attacking lane. Seems to be favoring Erniak's right leg, but just unable to find it. And the second period will end, and Alex Erniak will remain up 4-0. So Digby will start off in bottom now, and these matches, while they may not count for the season, they are pivotal for figuring out who will be in which starting jobs come Big Ten season. The Terps have until January, but we'll have to see. So a bit of confusion here on the mat. Digby prepared to start in bottom and Erniak in top. Digby trying to find his way up, but a nice move there by Erniak to get the right leg over. But now Digby's trying to turn it against him. Fighting for balance. Digby will drive Erniak into the ground, and he will get him again. On his back for the first time, and he will get the escape. So the first career point for Seth Digby. The escape there makes it 4-1, and now does he have momentum to try and tie this up with a takedown? Both wrestlers back in neutral here. Digby took advantage of a blunder by Alex Erniak to stick his right leg out. Could have led to a pin, but was slightly better execution. Both wrestlers still in neutral here in the third bout of the day, third bout of 12. And now Erniak in danger here, and it'll be 3 awarded for the first takedown for Seth Digby. So this bout is tied up at 4 apiece, and they'll go out of play and we'll reset in the middle. So Digby takes some momentum, and after letting Erniak score 4 unanswered, he has 4 unanswered of his own. So now Erniak will start in bottom position. An escape here could decide the fate of this bout. Big moment for Digby, looking for his first Terrapin win. And that will be an escape there. Erniak now just has to protect a 1-point lead. Digby working quickly, trying to get control of the head and the left arm. Can he drive him into the ground? Spinning around. He'll need to find a way to disrupt the right leg of Erniak. That's what he's pushing off of right now. Still fighting for control, and they'll have to reset, so the attack unsuccessful. Clock winding down, 12 seconds to go in this third period. Alex Erniak trying to pull out a 5-4 win after his most recent escape helped him regain the lead. Both wrestlers still locked up, and the clock will count down, and Alex Erniak will get the win here for the black team. So black, after losing the first bout, have won the last two. The black team has a lot of momentum here, as we'll now transition into the 141-pound matchup. Dario Lemus versus Clayton Gabrielson. So Gabrielson gets a big cheer, the biggest of the day so far, and off we go for the fourth bout. These wrestlers working quickly. They're not staying around in neutral. Already on the ground here. Gabrielson in danger. One shoulder was touching the ground. They were reversing over each other, trying to find control. A much faster tempo than we've seen in either of the first three bouts. Still locked up. Lemus was aggressive early. Now he'll be in control of the left arm of Gabrielson. And he'll get the takedown. So an early lead, the earliest that we've seen for anyone so far today, as Lemus remains in control. He'll bring Gabrielson right back to the ground, and they'll go out of the circle and they'll have to reset. So Lemus will be attended to briefly. A little bit of blood there. And Gabrielson will be inspected briefly on the sideline, and we're ready for action to continue. 2 minutes 12 to go in this first period. Gabrielson will start in bottom position. And that'll be an escape, so Gabrielson is on the board. Both wrestlers still working quickly here. Both in neutral again. Trying to find an attack lane after they've both been up and down in their success. You would think that they'd already have 2 takedowns by now, but it's just the one. That was by Lemus earlier. Working quickly, and they'll escape again. Lemus still up 3-1, 1:30 to go in this first period. And Lemus tries to sweep that right leg. He will be unsuccessful. A nice move to evade by Gabrielson. And we'll reset again. Lemus trying to figure out his path. Neither of these wrestlers have been focused on head control as much, and that'll be Gabrielson going in on that right leg, trying to get control here. Lemus looking for a response. Gabrielson unrelenting as he's trying to get control and take the lead for the first time this bout. He'll pick up Lemus and roll him over his head. So Lemus on his head now, doing almost a headstand. And now both wrestlers will be locked up here, trying to find a way out. And that'll be illegal contact there. And a point will go to Gabrielson. So the ruling, potentially dangerous hand. Now it's 3-2. Lemus leads by 1 point. Gabrielson trying to work quickly, but he'll be turned right back over, and that'll be a takedown for Lemus, who pads his margin a fair amount. Now it's up 7-1. Or actually 6-2. Apologies, there's an error on the scoring machine. So 6-2 now. It'll be an escape for Gabrielson. So now he's only trailing by a takedown. But the first period will come to an end there. So the most action we've seen in a bout so far today, and that was only the first period. We'll see what these wrestlers have left in store. So Gabrielson will defer, and Lemus will elect to start in bottom position. He's trying to add on to his 3-point lead. Working quickly, he'll reverse over his right shoulder, trying to find his way out and get control. He'll get 2 points there for the reversal. And then Gabrielson will get the escape, so both take a step forward. Now locked up in neutral again, trying to get head control. Lemus will roll Gabrielson over him. Got him on his back, and that's another takedown for Lemus. Up 11-4 now. Lemus still in control here. He's got both arms locked up. Can he find a leg? He has the right leg locked down. Gabrielson struggling to make much of anything here. He'll get control of his right arm, trying to find a way out. Lemus in full control, up 11-4, a minute 5 seconds to go in this second period. Fourth bout of the day in these red versus black matchups to kick off Maryland wrestling season. Lemus will have that right shoulder locked up again, and it'll be another escape for Gabrielson. That's how he's been getting his points today. Trailing 11-5 now. Both wrestlers back in neutral. And Lemus will get the reversal again. And a takedown. So 14-5. As Gabrielson has struggled to really be on the attack, he's been reacting so far this bout. Lemus has been in full control. It'll be another escape, so 14-6 now. And Gabrielson will try and be aggressive. Goes for Lemus's right leg, but Lemus still in full control. Lemus working his way around, and not a great attacking spot for the head of Gabrielson as the second period comes to a close. So it'll be 14-6 now. So now Gabrielson will start in bottom position. And Lemus gets ready to go into top. So it'll be an escape for Gabrielson, almost by default. And we'll keep going. Lemus still has a 7-point lead, 14-7, and the highest scoring bout of the day. Both wrestlers locked up in neutral, and Lemus will go for the right leg. He won't find it. And Gabrielson gets out. Minute 30 to go in this final period. Lemus tries to spin around. Can he get the takedown? He will. So it's another 3 points. He's up by 10 now. And we might see our first major decision of the day. Lemus still working. He'll get another 3 points, now up 20-8. And it'll be another escape for Gabrielson, who's trying to avoid the tech fall. So it'll be another takedown, as it's just been Lemus's bout. Gabrielson's right leg locked up. 50 seconds to go here. Lemus still in full control. He's got both arms locked up, and a warning issued there. 30 seconds to go. Lemus has been unrelenting, up 23-9. And they'll go out and they'll have to restart. So Gabrielson will start in bottom. He'll get the escape. So it's 23-10 now. And the clock counts down, and that'll do it. So a big win for Dario Lemus. And the highest scoring bout of the day so far, 34 combined points. And we'll move quickly into our fifth battle of the day. Jackson Young taking on Michael Pizzuto. So the red team has responded. Each team has won 2 bouts so far today. And now we'll see who can take the lead in this 149-pound matchup. Jackson Young for the red team, Michael Pizzuto for the black team. Both wrestlers still in neutral, and it'll be Young to be aggressive first. Has control of the right leg of Pizzuto. Trying to drive him into the ground, but not attacking at a high enough angle. Pizzuto will get control of the left leg of Young. And now he'll be flipped over. Young looking for the escape. Trying to free his right foot, which is being pulled right behind him just by the front. Pizzuto on his head, he'll be rolled over. Now Young is trying to drive him into the ground. Looking to flip him onto his back. Can he get it? Pizzuto will break free. He will not be pinned right here. 1:45 to go in this first period. Fifth bout of the day of 12. Young still driving Pizzuto, who's been reactive so far, and we'll have a warning, and we'll restart. Both wrestlers restart in neutral. It's been Jackson Young's match so far. Young also making his Terrapin debut tonight. One of 5 Maryland wrestlers who will be competing, who were not on the team last year. There are 8 total new wrestlers, but 3 of them are not in tonight's slate. Still locked up in neutral, still a scoreless bout. First period had been eventful, but Michael Pizzuto prevented it from being full of points. Getting the escape after he was nearly put on his back, in danger of being pinned. Both wrestlers still locked up in neutral as we approach the 30-second mark in this first period. Young trying to be more aggressive. He'll break free and look for an angle here. He's got a little bit more happy feet in these last few seconds. Trying to get head control on Pizzuto. That was key. Bring him down to the ground the first time. Young looking to establish control of the left wrist. Both of them fighting for it. And they'll break free again. 5 seconds to go here. It looks like we'll head into the second period scoreless in this 149-pound matchup. So it'll go to Pizzuto, who will elect to start in bottom position. Try and get the first lead of this bout with an escape. Pizzuto will quickly get the escape, and he'll take the lead. And now we're back in neutral again. Young will have to try and find a response now that he's trailing for the first time today. He'll go for the legs and flip Pizzuto over again, trying to drive that left shoulder into the ground. Pizzuto looking to fight his way back in, get control of the leg. Right shoulder Pizzuto being driven into the ground. Young struggling to finish it off though, and Pizzuto will get back into control. Young in full control of Pizzuto's right leg. It's just that left is giving him trouble right now. Pizzuto trying to find which leg he wants to take possession of, as that'll be contact there, and with a minute to go in the second period, both wrestlers will reset. In neutral here. And so far we've seen Jackson Young looks like he's in full control, but he's trailing by one and he's just been unable to finish off the pin attempt. And driving Pizzuto, he's gotten one shoulder blade down on the ground. It's just that second has been eluding him. Both wrestlers locked up in neutral again. Young focused on trying to get one wrist, but Pizzuto defending himself better, and we'll reset again. 15 seconds to go in the second period. Michael Pizzuto with 10 seconds looks like he'll take a 1-point lead into a third period that could be very eventful. This has been quite the even bout so far. We'll have to see who can emerge victorious. So Young elects to start in bottom position. He'll try and get this escape to tie the bout back up. Young working quickly. Pizzuto trying to get control of the torso. He brings Young down to the ground again. Young struggling to establish leg control. He'll break free but briefly, but he will get the escape. So that ties up the bout. 1-1 here, and with a minute 30 to go, we'll have to see which wrestler can establish more of an impact, or we might be headed to our second overtime bout of the day. The first was when Abram Klein kicked off the red versus black matchups. The win for the red team in the one overtime period, as both wrestlers will go out again. So still tied up 1-1. Jackson Young looking to win his unofficial debut for the Terrapins. So we talked earlier about how Jim Smith was in attendance. It looks like he has left his seat, so he was here briefly to meet with some recruits, talk with Coach Clemson. But now it looks like he's left, as we're now working our way through the slate. Fifth bout now of 12. Both the wrestlers still unable to find a takedown here. Young will go for both legs. He'll try and drive Pizzuto over his head. And we'll see, can he execute here? Quickly reverses over, and he'll get the takedown. That's what Young had been looking for all bout. So now up 4-1, the pressure is on Pizzuto. Young trying to close it out. 10 seconds to go here. Pizzuto will have to be the aggressor for the first time all bout. Looking for a lane to go shoot for the legs. And the clock will wind down, and Jackson Young pulls out a quick and late fifth bout win in his Terrapin debut, so an exciting moment for him. And the red team now lead it again and wins 3-2 now as we get ready for our sixth bout of the day. Makai Neal taking on Jared Goldberg. So Neal representing the red team today. Goldberg, the black team. Goldberg will be making his Terrapin debut right here as we get ready for the first of the two 157-pound bouts. Neal working quickly. Goldberg already limited to his right leg, and he'll be driven into the ground, and that'll be a quick takedown for Makai Neal. So after we saw a back-and-forth bout last time between Jackson Young and Michael Pizzuto, we're seeing early scoring here, not even 20 seconds in. We've already got a takedown. Both wrestlers will go out, and we'll have to see how Goldberg responds. Goldberg is one of two new freshmen from Ohio alongside Ryan Kennedy, who is not competing tonight. As he will start in bottom, and Mackay Neal still in full control. He'll bring him right down to the ground with a slam. And Neal has both arms locked up. Goldberg has been being almost attacked all bout. Full control of the torso. Neal trying to drive him into the ground, add on to a 3-point lead. Reverses over onto his back. Now can Goldberg try and drive Neal onto his back? Both wrestlers locked up here, in danger of a pin for Goldberg. Goldberg trying to find his way out, get one shoulder blade off the ground. 4 points will be awarded there, actually, on what was a near fall. Neal up 7-0 now. Goldberg still struggling to get much of anything going here. And now, can he find a way to drive Neal into the ground on top of him? Neal will regain control. We'll reset again. Minute 10 seconds to go in this first period. Another takedown awarded to Mackay Neal, who's up 10-0 now. Second biggest lead we've seen all day. Trying to get control of Goldberg's left leg. That's what he's pushing off of right now. Goldberg will find a way back to his feet, but it won't be for long. Neal bring him down to the ground again. So Goldberg will get the escape. That's his first point as a Terrapin. Now trailing 10-1 here. 30 seconds to go in this first period. Halfway point of today's red versus black slate. Neal working his way quickly. He'll drive Goldberg into the ground. It'll be another takedown. Now Goldberg was on his back. He'll fight to get one shoulder above, and now both will be above. Neal has just been an animal all bout. In full control, Goldberg unable to establish himself. And with 5 seconds to go, the clock will wind down. It looks like it'll be a 13-1 lead for Mackay Neal as we get ready for the second period. So the second period starts off here. Mackay Neal will elect to start in bottom position. Already up 13-1. He's looking for a quick escape. Goldberg will be unable to stop that. And it'll be an escape awarded. Now up 14-1 as Neal is still working quickly. Trying to drive Goldberg into the ground, but it looks like Goldberg is reset after a momentary break. And now can he find any control in this second period? Goldberg has both shoulders locked up. Trying to drive Neal into the ground, but Neal will get control here, and he'll bring the left leg of Goldberg down. Goldberg almost in a full split, and it'll be another takedown. Big applause break out. 17-1, so the major decision there will end it. And the red team have a commanding lead now. They've won 4 bouts to the black team's 2. So Mackay Neal with arguably the most dominant outing of any Maryland wrestler so far today. And we get ready for our 7th bout. Luke Jacobs taking on Garrett Reese. Jacobs, the redshirt junior this year, taking on another freshman, Garrett Reese, in the second 157-pound bout of the day. Second and final, actually. Reese represents the red team. Jacobs, the black team. Reese working his way quickly here. He has the right leg locked up of Jacobs. Jacobs on his head. Reese aggressive early, trying to drive him into the ground on his head. It'll be ruled fair contact. Almost a reversal here as Jacobs is in a bit of an awkward position here. His leg over the head of Reese, but he'll get it free. Now trying to work his way out. Reese still in control. Will he let him get back to neutral? He will. So 2 minutes 10 to go in this first period between two speedier wrestlers. Garrett Reese, the only member of this Maryland team to be from Colorado. Fifth furthest west. There are a few California guys and then one Oscar Williams from Hawaii. So Reese still in control here. Jacobs trying to find a lane to respond. Might be tied up at nothing so far, but this has been Reese's match. Both wrestlers still in neutral, trying to find control of an arm or a wrist. Reese will go for the legs again, but it'll be a quick sprawl on top of him by Jacobs. Now trying to recalibrate. He's got both of his legs free, and they'll rule that contact illegal. And we'll reset here from neutral. Minute 20 to go in this first period. And a warning will be issued there on Jacobs. Still in neutral. Reese wearing a knee sleeve on his right knee, as he'll get control of the right leg of Jacobs, who is not quick enough to evade. Reese in control here, trying to drive Jacobs into the ground. 45 seconds to go in this first period. He will drive him down, and that will be a takedown awarded to Reese. So first points of the bout so far today. And Jacobs will get the escape, so he rebounds there, but only slightly. Still trailing here in this first period. 20 seconds to go. Reese has been in full control in his Terrapin debut. Now Jacobs trying to respond. He has one leg locked up, but Reese has both of Jacobs' legs locked up at the ankles. Trying to find a way to pivot and turn and find a reversal here. But the clock will wind down, and Garrett Reese will take a 3-1 lead into the second period. And Reese will start in bottom position. Jacobs on top. That'll be on Reese, who has been in control for almost all of this bout. Try and get the escape and cancel out the late escape that Jacobs had to close out the first period. He does find it here. Now up 4-1. Up 4-1, both wrestlers in neutral. Reese extending the right hand to get head control. Both wrestlers looking for head control. Still locked up here. And Reese will try and sweep for the right leg, but he won't find it. He will there, though, on the second time. Now he's got control of the right leg of Jacobs. Trying to drive him into the ground. He'll bring him down by the left. Now in control of both. He'll get the takedown. And Reese quickly speeds up as Jacobs unable to evade for a second time. Now up 7-1 here. So Jacobs has yet to establish control all bout. And that will be another escape point for him, though. So far we've just seen 2 escapes. But nothing as the real aggressor of the bout. He's been just responding the entire time. Both wrestlers in neutral again. Jacobs looking for a lane. We've seen how Reese can go all of a sudden from slower and neutral to speeding it up to bring Jacobs down. Goes for the right leg. He'll do it again. A point there. We'll go to Reese. And now he's got full control of the right leg of Jacobs, but Jacobs on top of him now. Torso on top of his head. Jacobs gripping that right ankle, and period will end right there. So an 8-2 lead for Garrett Reese. And now Jacobs will start in bottom position. Reese in control of the right leg. He'll bring him right down. We've seen a lot of easy escapes so far between all of the bouts so far today. That was likely the toughest one, and Jacobs still yet to find it. He has control of both arms, but Reese trying to get control of the right. Fighting for the wrist here. Jacobs still looking for a path. On his stomach, he'll get onto his knees. Trying to find a way out and get this escape. Clock not on his side. He has 6 points to recover. Try and tie it and send it to overtime. He'll find an escape there. But it's still been Reese's bout so far. We've seen Reese really favoring attacking the right leg of Jacobs. Will Jacobs be able to find a response here? Jacobs will try and sweep the leg, but Reese will jump over him to evade. And again, down by the right leg. Reese in full control, driving Jacobs into the mat. Trying to bring the shoulders over. He's got one. And that'll be 3 points right there. Now up 11-3. Reese in full control. Jacobs can't establish anything with his legs. His left is locked up by the ankle of Reese. Trying to get control with his right arm. He'll get both arms free, but Reese has been relentless in controlling the right. Stalling warning here, and a point will be awarded to Reese. And Jacobs tried to drive him back, and he will get free, and now he's in control on top for the first time. A reversal awarded there. And 12-5 is how it'll end. Well, another point actually awarded late to Reese, who will win it 13-5. And the red team have just been on a roll. They have not looked back. And we'll see if the black team can respond. They're in danger of getting clinched out early, of winning more bouts. So our next bout, the only 174-pound of the day, Ryan Money for the red team, Dom Solis for the black team. Both wrestlers working quickly here. We've seen a lot of new wrestlers. Neither of these guys are new. Both been on the team for a few years. Solis, a redshirt senior. 18-10 record last year. Flow Wrestling calling him the fourth most exciting 174-pound redshirt to watch this year. But he's facing Ryan Money, who had a strong season to build off of last year. 10-11 record. Was not in any Big Ten duels, but 5-2 in decisions. So he can stay in control if the points just don't go away too quickly, as both wrestlers will go out, and with 2 minutes 5 to go in this first period, they'll reset neutral in the middle. And Money will quickly drive Solis into the ground, but Solis will recover. He'll get control of the left leg. Now fighting for the right ankle, and it'll be 3 points awarded to him. And they'll both go out again. So a big response there by Dom Solis to take advantage of Ryan Money's attack and instead turn it into 3 points of his own. So Money will start in bottom position. Solis in top. And off we go to continue this first period. Solis trying to drive Money into the ground. Money up by both of his wrists. He has full control of his arms. Just can he find a way to establish his leg? It looks like the right leg has more room to work with here, but he's got all of the weight of Solis on top of him. He'll find a way up, but he'll be brought right back down to the ground. Money trying to find an escape, get his first point of the day so far. He'll still be locked up. Solis unrelenting in his grip on the torso. And Money will be back on the ground, right back to square one. We have seen so far across all the bouts a lot of easier escapes. Knowing this is an intra-squad, no one's going to try and risk injury or anything. But recently we've seen that pick up a little bit. Solis still unrelenting, and Money yet to find an escape here and yet to find his way back in control. He's got both arms free. It's just the legs have been eluding him. On his feet now, but he'll be brought right back down by Solis. He tries to lunge away, but Solis will keep a grip on that right leg. Dom Solis in full control, still up 3-0, 30 seconds to go in this first period. Both wrestlers still locked up, and they'll go out again. Get ready to reset in the middle. Third reset so far. We're going out of the circle. Money will start in bottom position again. Try and rebound and find an escape this time after he was unsuccessful. Solis playing really strong defense in that top position. Solis still driving to the ground. He's been focusing on creating weight with his ankles. Money has been in control of his arms and legs. It's just he's been unable to overcome the weight. Find his way to his feet. So that first period will end there. Dom Solis gets his one takedown and prevents two escapes by Ryan Money. So now Solis will start in bottom position to kick off the second period. And Money will start on top, and the assignment will go to him to keep this a 3-point bout. So Solis working quickly, and he'll get the escape in just a moment. So now up 4-0. Now in control of the right leg of Money. Bringing him down to the ground again. And that'll be another takedown. Money trying to find a response, but Solis has been unrelenting in these transition moments. He's been fully shut down of any Ryan Money attempts. Solis in full control. It's interesting. He is not focusing on any particular limb as we've seen in earlier bouts. He's just focused on generating his weight, using it to his advantage here in the only 174-pound matchup of the day. But Money gets a point there for an escape, but both wrestlers went out, so they'll restart in the middle. Now in neutral position again, Money trying to find a way to get in control of this bout. That's something that he has not found as of yet. Solis will go for that right leg, and he'll flip Money right over on top of him. Now trying to drive Money into the ground, but Money will do a nice job to get back up into a sitting position. Trying to get control of an ankle of Solis, but he will be unable to. He'll have to try and evade, but Solis is unrelenting again. Still in control of that right leg. Trying to drive Money back into the ground, and he will. That'll be another takedown, so up 10-1 now. As this has been a big match for the redshirt senior. Showing off his experience. 30 seconds to go here in the second period. We've seen it's almost like a downward dog position, keeping Money in bottom position. Not even focused on trying to keep control of a leg or an arm. It'll be another point awarded there to Solis. Up 11-1 in tech fall range. We've yet to see a tech fall today for either team. We've seen only one major decision, and the second period will end there. So an 11-1 lead for Dom Solis. And they will start in neutral this time. The first time, not in overtime, that either wrestler has opted for neutral in the second or third period. And Money will try and get control here, but Solis will quickly get his right leg out of the grasp of the sophomore. Solis driving that right leg into the ground again. It'll be another takedown, now up 14-1. And Money will get the escape, but almost granted to him, knowing how big this lead is for Solis. It'll be another 3 points there, so you can allow an escape when you know you can get a takedown in just a moment. So a minute 25, and that'll end it. The second major decision of the day, a big win for Dom Solis, who was in full control and just the most dominant performance we've seen today for either team as we get ready for our 8th matchup. Branson John taking on Sepanta Hanjelias. Angelilius representing the black team, Branson John the red team. Ilias, the last new wrestler that we'll see tonight. Both big guys working quickly here. Branson John trying to take control and drive him into the ground. He'll get a quick takedown awarded early. John has that left leg locked up of Jelias, but he'll get the escape, and now 3-1. Both wrestlers in neutral position as multiple attempts are being made to sweep the leg, but it'll be John who's successful, getting control of the left leg of Elias. Still in control of the left, trying to find the right ankle. He'll get another takedown there, so up 6-1 now. Branson John has been in control early and often as something goes flying from one of them. Not sure what that was. It's just like a bit of... Not even sure, honestly, what that could have come from. Potentially their uniforms, but regardless, we'll continue on in this first period. 1:30 to go. Branson John up 6-2 here. The 9th bout of the day, 9 of 12. The last two will see repeat wrestlers, except for President Sanchez, who will be in the 11th against Abram Klein, the winner of the first bout, the only 125-pound bout of the day, as John will get another takedown. Up 9-2 here. So the red team up 19-11 overall. It'll be an escape for Elias. Still a 9-3 lead, but this has been a quick and high-scoring bout so far. John has been in full control, but it's really been in neutral where this has been decided. John gets enough head control to make an attempt for one of the legs, and that's what he's been focused on so far. Elias is trying to respond, but the right leg will be taken down, and he'll try and sprawl over, but John will start trying to drive him in to the mat. Elias in an awkward position, but he will get to his stomach, but it'll be a takedown for John. Up 12-3 now. We just saw a major decision in the last bout. Could we be on track for another? Already up by 9. 2 takedowns could decide it. And the first period will come to a close, so quite the eventful one. Branson John in control, repeating almost a similar formula of getting enough head control to sweep that right leg. And now for the second period, he'll opt to be in bottom position. Almost a false start there, but we are off now for the second period. John will quickly get the escape, so now up by 10. We're in tech fall range. Goes for the right leg. John still in control. Trying to find a way to get in control and drive Elias into the ground. Now Elias will get the reversal here, and actually it's a takedown. 13-6 here, the first takedown for Elias in his Terrapin career, but that'll quickly lead to an escape by John. Both wrestlers looking to get control with the right wrist of John, the left wrist of Elias. Now John going for that right leg again. Can he drive Elias into the ground one more time? Return this to a tech fall range. Contact ruled fair. John will lose control, and now Elias will try and take over. He has control of the right leg, trying to drive John over his head. He'll drive him into the ground. One shoulder blade over. Can he shift his weight? But John quickly gets over to his stomach, so it'll be a takedown for Elias, who's trying to fight his way back into this one. Now only trailing 14-9. And John will look for another escape again. He'll get it immediately. 15-9 now. But Elias showing some fight, almost learning from the returning John. It's been about decided by who can get control of that right leg. So in neutral, they'll almost reset themselves. The second period comes to a close. Branson John still up 15-9. And another mysterious little particle gets thrown off the mat. I'm still not sure what that could be, but regardless, Elias will start in bottom position. He fought his way back into this bout in the second period, scoring 7 points. Now Branson John trying to prevent the escape here. He's in control, trying to drive through the ankles. Elias will now turn to his arms to try and find a way out. Pushing off the right, but John limiting the left. In control of that left wrist. Elias trying to look for a lane. He's unable to really push off either side because it's almost a diagonal that John has formed. Thought about going for the neck. Now he'll settle for the left wrist again of Elias. Branson John trying to prevent this escape. Minute 10 seconds to go in this third period. Still in full control here. John trying to put this bout away. Potentially clinch it for the red team. Stalling warning here. And a point will go to John. So John up 16-9 now. We could potentially be in tech fall range if he gets another takedown. 40 seconds to go in this third period. With 30 seconds, John will bring him back down to the ground through that left leg. And Elias, time is not on his side. He has struggled to establish himself this third period. It's been John in control like he was in the first. Trying to find a takedown, get back into tech fall range. And Elias just trying to push off his left arm. He'll get back onto his stomach. Clock winding down, 2 seconds to go, and Branson John will take this bout 16-9. And the red team are on a roll. That's 4 straight now. Actually, 5 straight, my apologies. As Branson John emerges victorious. And we get ready for our final matchup of 2 new wrestlers. Sorry, 2 non-repeat wrestlers. As Oscar Williams will take on Joey Schneck. This is the 285-pound matchup. That position left open after Seth Neville left the team last season. These early meets will be crucial for figuring out who can emerge as the starter for Big Ten competition in January. Both bigger wrestlers are focused on trying to get wrist control so far here in this bout. Williams representing the red team, Schneck the black team. Schneck trying to find his way in here. It's just all been about that right wrist as he tries to get control of Williams' left. Williams from the furthest west point of Maryland, Hawaii native. As both wrestlers remain in neutral, a minute already passed in this first period. So coming up after these two, it'll be Abram Klein taking on Preston Sanchez for almost the unofficial 125-pound tournament. There are three of them. They're trying to all get their work in because that job could be up for grabs after Tyler Garvin went 0 for 7 in Big Ten duels. So Maryland could be looking for a new starter as the season goes on. Regardless, the opposite end of the weight spectrum, Williams and Schneck are still locked up in neutral as Schneck has gotten head control, but he has been unable to do much with it. An attempt to sweep the leg is unsuccessful. Williams will break out and we'll get right back to it. Williams tried to go for the left leg of Schneck. He's unable to get it. Minute 5 seconds to go in this first period. Both wrestlers still locked up. Still quite a healthy crowd here after now 9 bouts of action. We're in the 10th. Stall warning on Williams. Schneck has been great at establishing head control. It's just he has been unable to turn it into something productive. Williams has been too evasive when he eventually has to cede control and go for a leg. And nothing has been made of it. So 25 seconds to go in this first period. This could be a low-scoring one. We could potentially be headed to overtime for the second bout of the day. And while that may sound early to predict in the first period, these wrestlers are so neck and neck that it would be a surprise to see a lot of scoring here in this bout. 5 seconds to go. Still yet to break out of neutral. Neither wrestler has been on the ground so far. And the first period will come to a close. A quiet one, but an even one. As Schneck will elect to go in bottom position, and these escapes could be the turning point of these bouts, knowing how hard points have been to come by. Williams on top, Schneck on bottom. Schneck quickly finds his way out. He'll get the escape point. A big moment there, as now they're back locked up in neutral. Neither of these wrestlers competed in a Big Ten duel last season. Partially because Williams was a redshirt, partially because they were playing behind Seth Nevels. And while Schneck had a 7-11 record last season, that was really because of a poor Patriot Open and armbar at the Armory. He was 6-6 in other competitions, so the Terps are looking for him to take a step forward potentially and claim this job. Both of these sophomores going at it. Williams gets control of the right leg of Schneck, but Schneck responds in kind, taking control of the left leg. Both wrestlers locked up here. Schneck on top. Williams' head poking through the middle, getting almost kneed here by Schneck. Not intentionally, but just by its location. 45 seconds to go in the second period. Schneck still up by a point. That point was the escape he had from electing to start in bottom position. And it'll be illegal contact there as we'll restart. So both wrestlers back in neutral, 30 seconds to go. 10th bout of the day in these annual red versus black matchups to kick off the Maryland wrestling season. Schneck has still been establishing head control. A warning here, a stalling warning, and a point will go actually to Schneck, who will regain the lead, now up 2-1 as the second period comes to a close. So this is potentially the lowest scoring bout of the day, only a 3 combined points through 2 periods. And now Williams will start in bottom position. Try and find an escape to tie it back up. Williams quickly works his way to his feet, but Schneck remains in control, but he loses his grip. Williams unable to return to his feet, so the point not awarded yet, but now it will be, so he gets the escape, and we're back at square one. Tied up 2 apiece in this 10th and almost final bout. Final without a repeat wrestler. So a warning and a point will be awarded to Schneck. So stalling warnings have been getting the best of Williams so far, who's given 2 points away because of that. Now cedes head control, and Schneck will actually relent and try and reset here. Fighting control for that wrist on the right side. And now Williams will sweep, but it'll be a mistake, as it'll be a takedown for Schneck, who takes advantage of the sophomore's blunder almost. Now up 6-2. 45 seconds to go here in this third period. Schneck in full control. This is the first time that Williams has really been on the ground, not even at least at a knee. 30 seconds to go as Schneck looks to put away a 6-2 win. Red team up 23-11 over the black team. 2 points will be awarded. Another stalling warning. That's just been biting Williams all bout. Schneck in control of that left wrist. Williams unable to muster much of anything. And we hit 5 seconds, and the clock will just wind down as Joey Schneck will win this 10th bout. He took care of his business, getting that one takedown to clinch it. And he wins the 285-pound bout and gets a big hand from the crowd. And now we've got almost the 125-pound championship, you could say, for this 11th bout here. Abram Klein won over Tyler Garvin in overtime in the first bout of the day. Now he'll take on Preston Sanchez. So off we go. Klein representing the red team. Sanchez the black team. Sanchez will be the last new wrestler that we see that has not already competed, as the 12th and final bout will be between John Martin Best and Alex Erniak. So both of these smaller wrestlers still locked up in neutral, trying to get head control, but unable to so far. The 125-pound position could be a competition as we head into the deeper winter. Coach Clemson will try and see what he has, and it looks like a potential injury there. So the injury clock has started. So Klein is just pacing around the mat, hoping that everything is all right with his teammate. This obviously, an injury would be the worst outcome of this intra-squad, and they're going to award it to Abram Klein, who will win it by default, and Maryland will just have to hope that Sanchez will be all right. Scary moment. It looked like it could have been related to his right arm as he was being taken down onto the ground, but still unclear. But he immediately reacted in pain and went over to the sideline. So we will have a 12th and final bout, but Terps focus fully on their sideline. Sanchez will walk off and get a big hand from the crowd. And now we'll get ready for the 12th and final bout of the day. Alex Urinak taking on John Martin Best. Martin Best representing the red team, as the red team are only up 23-20 after Joey Schneck rallied in the 10th bout to get the win over Oscar Williams. Both of these wrestlers won their first bouts. That was the second and third of the day. Best defeating AJ Rodriguez, and Urinak taking Seth Digby. We saw Martin Best really dominate against Rodriguez earlier, and he's not shown that tempo 40 seconds in here in this first period. Both wrestlers still in neutral. Neither have been willing to get aggressive yet. Urinak working Martin Best down. Martin Best on his knees, but still in control. He'll get back onto his feet. Now he'll have head control over Urinak. What can he make of this, though? John Martin Best trying to drive Urinak over. He'll shake him a little bit and get a call to reset that. Both wrestlers still in neutral halfway through this first period. Martin Best has been establishing more head control, but just unable to capitalize so far, as he has it again here. In full control, but he's almost just shaking the head of Urinak, almost like a bobblehead. But what can he do with it? We've not seen either wrestler make much of an attack on either leg, as a stalling warning is issued to Martin Best. Still locked up in neutral. We have yet to see a similar aggression that we saw in each of these wrestlers' first bouts today. Best winning that earlier one 6-4. A close one, but he had really been in control the entire time against Rodriguez. 20 seconds to go here in this first period. Both wrestlers yet to get on the board in this final bout of the day. 15 seconds to go here. And the clock will wind down, and this first period will end scoreless. So the flip, and it'll be on John Martin Best, who will elect to go in bottom position. This could be another low-scoring affair, which we thought in that 10th bout between the two 285-pounders. But instead, that one had some late action. Perhaps it could be the same here. It'll be an escape for Best. So Best trying to be more aggressive. Urinak trying to make him pay for it. He in full control of both of his legs here. Brings him down and gets the takedown. But it'll be an escape for Best, and now potentially another injury. I think that could have been from a kick, but Urinak in pain here on the mat, and Martin Best shaken up a bit. So we'll have to see what the decision is here. Ernak had just taken the lead with his takedown, and he'll be helped up to his feet. And will he stay in this bout? Looks like he will after resetting a bit. John Martin Best was shaken up there, worried that another teammate could have potentially been injured here in these red versus black matchups, and we'll restart. John Martin Best will be in bottom position, and looks like Ernak is still ready to compete. And off we go again. Ernak up 3-2, and Martin Best quickly reverses him over, gets control of the right leg. Now in control of both, trying to drive him into the ground. That's 2 points awarded on the reversal. John Martin Best working quickly here. He regains the lead. Now up 4-3 with 1:05 to go in this second period. John Martin Best in full control, similar to how he was against AJ Rodriguez in the second bout today. Ernak unable to establish his legs here, knees fully bent, trying to find an ankle to drive off of. He'll find the left, now he'll find the right. Can he escape the grip of Best? Trying to find a way up, but John Martin Best takes him right back down. 15 seconds to go here, and a warning will be issued to Ernak. And the clock will wind down, and the second period comes to a close. So John Martin Best has a 4-3 lead, trying to win this almost championship of the 165-pound wrestlers. So Alex Ernak will start in bottom position. An escape would tie it. He'll try and work quickly. Finds his right arm out. Now looking to establish a leg. He'll find the left. He'll get onto his feet. Can John Martin Best bring him down? He'll pick him up and slam him right onto his elbows. John Martin Best preventing the escape that would tie up the bout. Alex Ernak unable to really get anything going here as both arms are locked up. Left leg also, as another warning, and a point will be issued to Best on the second stalling warning for Ernak. And a win here for the black team could help them regain control. After the first 4 bouts, it was tied up at 2 wins apiece, and then the red team just took over and have not looked back. The only win for the black team being Joey Schneck in that span. So up 5-3, less than a minute to go in this third and final period. Martin Best up by 2 points, still on top of Ernak, who's been unable to drive himself out of the grasp of John Martin Best. Redshirt senior still in full control here, trying to put it away, and a warning will be issued, and a point will go to Ernak. So now it's just a 1-point bout once again. Ernak will start in bottom position, so he could tie it up here. We could see the second overtime bout of the day. We'll try and find an escape, unlike how he did last time. Now working quickly, trying to throw Martin Best tempo off. He's got one leg free, the right, and both arms. Now almost flipped over onto his head. He'll flip Best over, but Best won't fully flip. He'll stay on top. And now with 5 seconds to go, could he put it away? Ernak trying to find the escape. Clock winds down, and John Martin Best wins the 12th and final bout. He gets a point late there. A 6-4 win to close out the red versus black matches. So red 26, black 20. The red team wins it again. And John Martin Best emerges victorious amongst all the 165-pound wrestlers. So an exciting day as Maryland Wrestling kicked off their season. We saw a lot of new wrestlers. We saw some exciting action. And of course, we're hoping that President Sanchez is all right after his potential injury in the 11th bout. So to review, Abram Klein won the first bout against Tyler Garvin. John Martin Best over AJ Rodriguez in the second. Alex Erniak over Seth Digby in the third. And then in the fourth, we saw Dario Lemus with a major decision over Clayton Gabrielson. Jackson Young in his debut getting the win over Michael Pizzuto. Makai Neal, the second major decision of the day, a 17-1 win over Jared Goldberg. Garrett Reese got the win 13-5 over Luke Jacobs. Dom Solis, arguably the most dominant today, got the win over Ryan Money. And then Branson John in full control at 197 pounds. Joey Schneck pulled out the win at 285. We did not get to see the real conclusion of the 11th because of the potential injury to Sanchez. And then the 12th and final went to John Martin Best. So we will sign off as the red team get a 26-20 win over the black team, as Maryland will try and start their season off right next Saturday on the road for the official kickoff of their competition, and hopefully to start an over 500 season for the first time in a few years. They'll be on the road November 2nd, the 10 a.m. Southeast Open in Salem, Virginia at Roanoke College. So we'll see if WMUC will be back for you then, but regardless, from me, Adam Lipman, for WMUC, thanking you for listening tonight as Maryland Intra-Squads had the red team beat the black team 26-20.